So you Googled, is Trinity a good place to buy a home in 2026? And you found this amazing video that Anio and I are going to present to you today. So with that, I am Jimmy B. This is Anio, the realtors you need to know with LPT Realty. And we're going to break down the Trinity market for you here in May of 2026 and tell you what the stats are. So Trinity itself is more of a boutique market.
Yep.
It's truthfully only one zip code on the offset of Newport Richey. So the numbers that we're going to give you today may sound small, but it's because it is a smaller market.
Right.
So only 26 homes sold in the month of May, and the median days to sell is only 16.
Oh, dang.
So we're going to break it down for you and tell you what these numbers actually mean. And we're going to start with the beautiful, amazing Ennio.
Oh, I like that intro. Should do that more often. Okay, we're going to start with how many new homes came on the market as we finished up May and we're rolling into June right now. And the number is 31. So year over year, that's pretty much standard. May of 2025, we were at 33. So 33, 31, tomato at that point with such a small market. You like that, right?
Tomato.
Yep.
Hakuna Matata.
It is inventory. So we're not saying that there's any jump or anything. It seems like that's pretty standard for this time as we're going into the summer months. And the same thing if you're a buyer, like you're not going to all of a sudden see this jump or surge. Like that's pretty much the normal thing. If you're a seller, that same thing. Like you're not going to have a ton of competition, but you're also not going to have a ton of people just not selling, not moving kind of thing either. It's very standard.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
So I'm going to talk about overall closed sales. So the overall number of sales, as I mentioned earlier, in the month of May for 2026 was 26, and last year it was 37.
Oh.
Okay. So remember, this is a boutique market with a smaller sample size. So even though the percentage is probably pretty high on that one, what is that? Right around a 33% decrease or such. It's not a huge thing because of the sample size. So if you're a buyer, it's good, right? Fewer transactions means less competition and more attention that you can spend on the individual homes that are for sale in the market. Now, if you're a seller, 26 deals in a 31-day month, that's an 84% absorption.
Yep.
That is not slow at all. That is very selective. So what does that mean? 84% of May's new listings became sales.
Yeah.
Like very quickly.
It's a good thing.
Trinity is not accumulating inventory. It's actually burning it. And Annie's going to tell you about the month supply of inventory next.
Yeah, and just to give you an idea, I had first talked about the new amount of inventory, which was 31, and he had 26 sales. Like that's pretty significant. And then last year I said there was only 33 new listings, and yet he had 37 sales last year. So we were really burning through it last year. Now it's just slowing down a little bit, which correlates with the amount of months of inventory we have. So again, 33 new ones, 26 sold. So we only have 1.19 months of inventory on there, which is, again, what he said, we're burning through the inventory. Buyers have been waiting. They're kind of on the fence. The second you put something on the market, they know about it. They've been like literally researching, waiting for that perfect property to hit, which is a good thing. If you're a buyer, that means you also can't wait. Like you're basically looking at the house and you've gone through all of your criteria, your selection, everything like that. You're basically going to the house just to confirm it so you can write the offer. Like that's where you are as far as mode. You're not sitting there just wondering, oh, should I still be making this move kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't have time to think, and that correlates with the next stat, and that's the average days on market.
Yep.
16, Annie. 16. I haven't seen that or an area where homes have sold that quickly in quite a while.
I think this is the only market we've talked about that's under 30.
Yeah, that is super quick. So if you're a buyer and you want to buy a home in Trinity, you don't even have time to order DoorDash on your phone and have a lunch break. Like if you want to buy a house, you got to look at it or not, and you got to write an offer and you got to get that baby locked in. Otherwise, you're going to have some severe competition and you're going to miss out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a seller, half of Trinity's home sales found, a contract within 16 days. This market doesn't do any thinking. So if you price it correctly, it will sell fast.
Yeah. I also think that falls into it. If you're on the market for over a month or 2 months, buyers are going to start looking at your property sideways.
I agree. They're gonna think in their mind and ask what's wrong with this property.
Yeah,
Why is it on the market for so long?
exactly. Where other markets and towns, we don't have that same issue. But Trinity clearly, it's speaking a different language right now when it comes to the inventory and how buyers are going to perceive it if you're on the market too long. So you better be pricing it right, and you better be show ready when it comes time to being on the market. Last stat I want to cover is just kind of goes into all this, but from a month over month change, we had 37% more sales happening in May versus April,
Mm.
right? And like, just when we talk about people waiting, they were waiting.
What's really interesting about that stat is, as we've covered some other markets as well, I'm kind of seeing a trend that May of this
Yeah.
year was significantly busier than April.
Yeah.
So we really are seeing the market right now at the time of this video. It's in its prime.
Yep.
I don't. It might be heating up even more, but it looks good if you're a seller.
Yeah. And if you're a buyer, same thing. And I think this kind of correlates with the idea of, families, schools getting out for the summer. Everybody's on break now. So they're kind of wrapping up and they want to be able to enjoy their summer in their new home.
Yeah.
Like, they want to be settled. They want to be moved on to the next chapter. They're not waiting until, school starts, things like that, as
Yeah.
of the moment
Yeah,
right now.
traditionally most buyers want to buy and get settled and closed before the end of July.
Yep.
Preferably even before that. So right now is
Yeah.
the right time.
Really, it is. Yeah. So yeah, that correlation. Sorry, just to wrap it up, because I said 37%, but I forgot to tell you what the actual numbers are. And I think that's important because this is a smaller market. We had the 26 sales in May over the 19 that we had in April. So that's why there was such that higher jump in percentage. But again, when we're talking about a smaller market, those things are going to happen.
Yeah, and then the last stat that I have to share with you is the median sale price in the Trinity market. Last year it was 479,900,
Mm.
and this year in May it dropped a little bit to 467,500.
Oh.
So it's a small price dip from last year. For if you're a buyer at this point, they've pretty much seemingly plateaued, it seems like.
Yeah.
So now that it's time for a real conversation, if you're really looking to move to the Trinity market, if you're a seller, this is down a little bit from 479 to 467.5, but 26 deals still closed in a month. Demand is not the problem here, so
Absolutely.
that's a good thing. So, we have a slight softening of the market, not a complete correction. Trinity is really holding its value overall in
Right.
this challenging market, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely some interesting stats here with just how it
Yeah.
is Trinity doing Trinity versus the rest of Pasco County. And as we wrap up, just want to remind you that if you're thinking of buying or selling in Trinity, this is definitely a broad stroke overview of the market stats. We would love to hear from you. You can give us a call, reach out to us directly so we can go over your specific circumstances and what your goals are, because we deal with both sides, buyers and sellers, every single day, and we're very good at strategizing so that way you can win regardless of what the market's doing. So that way it's to your benefit. Because he's Jimmy B, I'm Annie O, and we're the realtors you need to know.